Welcome to Chewy's bucket list. Today my bucket list is walnut blasting, cleaning out the valves on this Hyundai Genesis. This is a continuation of the previous video. If you haven't watched that, I encourage you to go back and watch that. So I'd like to show you some preview of what my this car's valve looks like before and after. As you can see, a lot of carbon deposit all over, so this can affect the performance of the car. It's kind of funny how Hyundai create these cars and they don't have service for it, but you gotta understand they're in the business to make money and we're in the business to save money. So here's a still photo before and still photo after when it's complete. I assume you watch my other video how to take the manifold off and the spark plug off. If not, the link is in the description. If you like this kind of video, please help my channel by subscribing and give me a thumbs up. Because I don't have this adapter, my decision for this project is basically to walnut blast the valves and blow air in there to get all the gunk out. At the same time, using a vacuum hose to vacuum any debris that is hard to get out. So first thing you want to do is prepare the engine bay. Make sure everything's covered. I only use cloth that my wife brought from work. It's going to be messy, so make sure that you have eye protection and mouth protection and a hat. So the tools I use for this project are one air compressor, 20 gallons. That's what I recommend. Anything higher than that is good. They're powerful enough. I borrowed mine from my nephew because I didn't have one, so if you have somebody you can borrow from, do it, because these compressors are not cheap. Next, I use a wet and dry vacuum and kind of rig the end of the hose so that I can vacuum the debris out of the valves. This one I got from Walmart on Black Friday last year. So here's my rig. I use a garden hose that I don't want them anymore. I kind of cut it short, and I went to Home Depot to purchase this PVC 3/4 by 1 adapter so it can fit at the end of the garden hose, and the other end of the adapter just fit into this vacuum hose perfectly. So as you watch here how I demonstrate this, your application might be different, so I recommend probably take your vacuum hose to the store and kind of measure which adapter will fit yours. So there's my rig. I made this garden hose that is small enough to reach to the bottom of those valves to vacuum out any debris. I also got this sandblaster gun from Harbor Freight along with air blow nozzles, and I rigged them together. I cut the tip of that sandblaster gun with a circular grinder and weld glued together the tip with the nozzle. I also purchased these from Harbor Freight, walnut shell, fine version, 24 grit. I also used 2 cans of throttle body air intake cleaners. I also used this syringe I got from Amazon in this project. To start, I want to make sure the first valve that I'm working on is fully closed. To do that, I use a 22mm socket and a wrench to turn the crankshaft clockwise slowly. And to make things easier, I had my spark plug out so it doesn't compress air. It makes the job easier to rotate the crankshaft. And once you think you got it right, it should look a lot something like this. So to make sure that it's fully closed, I just kind of spray some liquid in there, cleaners, just a little bit to see if it actually drained through. If it doesn't, that means it's fully closed, so I can start my work. So here, as you can see, I spray a lot in there because I knew it was not draining no more. So here I'm using a brush to brush off the carbon deposit in there. It's best to let this sit for a while, maybe like, I don't know, 10-20 minutes, but I don't have that kind of time to wait, so I just use a brush to brush it off. And stay tuned to the end. I'll share 5 things I learned from this project. Hopefully you'll get something out of this, and don't make the same mistake that I do, and you'll be on better hands. So after using the brush, this is what it looks like. You're not gonna be able to get, you know, the very bottom, but at least you get the top and the side. That is clean enough. It's good for me. And I use this wrench that I told you to suck out the liquid. So you can purchase this on Amazon or anywhere on Google. You can find one. After sucking those liquid out of there with the syringe, there's still a little bit fluid back there. So what I like to do is use a paper towel, roll it up, and then shove it back there to soak up the rest of the fluid. So here's a shot after soaking up those liquid. As you can see, it's still have a lot of carbon deposit, and you can see it's falling down and stuck in the back. So here I go in with the walnut plaster. If you are doing this same way, don't stand in front of the hole, because once you blast these things, they will fly out and hit you in the face. So after blasting with the walnut, I switched to air only and blow it out any gunk that would be still left in there, followed by my rig vacuum. I vacuum all the walnuts around there, and then I go in and kind of push it in to vacuum out any extra. So you want to repeat the process of walnut blasting it if you see that the valve is not fully clean the way you want it. So here's the final result. It looks very clean and satisfying. So once that's done, I will cover up this finish one nicely, because I don't want anything to fall down there once I open up the valves again. So once it's covered, I went and rotate the crankshaft again slowly so I can see the next one that it's fully closed, and repeat the process of spraying the cleaner and walnut blasting the valves until it's fully clean. Here I'm replacing the gasket also. Here's the part number. You can get this on Amazon. You want to install everything in reverse order, from the intake manifolds to the air box. Alright, so after this project, there's 5 things that I took away from this project. 1, I didn't prepare the engine bay well enough. I got a lot of mess, a lot of carbon deposit were flying all over the place, even stuck to the ceiling of my hood, and also around the engine bay. 2, I probably invest in a better sandblaster gun with a larger nozzle. The one I made here, it gets jammed because the nozzle was too small, so when you shoot a lot of walnut through the hole, everything gets jammed, and I have to take it off and clean it out and then put everything back together. And of course this all behind the scene, but I was having trouble with that sandblaster gun. 3, I'll probably make a face shield. No, that's not me, but I'll probably make a face shield out of 2-liter Pepsi bottle just to protect my face from those debris. 4, I wish I used a step stool. A guy like me, 5'2" leaning over that engine. The next day my hamstring was killing me. I couldn't walk for a while. So make sure that if you're doing this, get a step stool, because those valves are in the middle and you'll be leaning over that engine. And 5, the result. After doing this, I can immediately feel my car feel a little more smoother. I don't feel that shakiness. So I'm probably gonna do this again when it reached 200,000 miles. And I definitely recommend this to anybody that wants to clean out their valves. That'll probably prolong the life of your car. Well, I hope you learned something from my project. Hopefully you take something away that you can use on your project, or something that you learned not to do what I do, and maybe have new ideas to what I do. Thanks again for watching my video. I look forward to the next video. So again, please like and subscribe. Have a nice day.